If you're feeling like maybe you want to give up on your dreams because your dreams have given up on you, I'm here to tell you that that isn't the case. And if you join me today, we're going to talk about how to get your dreams back, how to make them crystal clear, and how to reboot your life. So please join me. Today, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of my personal story. I'm going to share that part of my life with you, and I'm going to talk to you about how my personal journey led me into the reboot of my life and what that means to reboot your life. And so to be sure that I don't forget anything that I have to tell you, because I have so many juicy nuggets to share with you, I have my trusted notes, because sometimes when I get really passionate, I lose my train of thought. So this will help us focus and keep me and you on target, okay? So what I'd like to start by saying is that if you haven't already seen Tuesday's video, please check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/soulseekerstv. And it's really a great video to use as a primer for this one, because what that video asked, the essential question of that video was, what if nothing in your life changes? Would that be acceptable? And it's a pretty important question, right? And it gets us feeling all kinds of things. And that is basically the question that I asked myself 3 years ago when I was in a place of unhappiness, when my life didn't seem to fit me, and when I didn't seem to recognize myself. I didn't know myself. So how do you spend your whole life with yourself and not know yourself? Well, as many of you know, that's really easy to do. So 3 years ago, I had all the things, right? So I was married, I had 2 beautiful, healthy children, I had a home, friends, family, and I guess on paper, or, you know, to the stranger walking by, it all looked pretty great. And the problem was that it really wasn't, because I was disconnected. I was not happy. I was spinning in my own storm, and it wasn't working for me. And so there's that moment, and in the last video I called it the epiphany moment. It's that moment in time where you realize, like, wait a minute, when I was a little girl and I dreamt of my adult future life, it didn't look like this. I mean, yes, it had beautiful children and a marriage, but the marriage was supposed to be like passionate and working, and the kids, you were supposed to be this awesome mom every day, and you know, you wake up and you go to this job you love and make a lot of money. But there was a problem, because nothing felt like that. Everything felt like a chore, a task, a job. I wasn't infusing everything with my heart and with love, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, why is this broken? Why can't I make it work? And so I began my hunt for joy and for love and for happiness. And that is where my reboot process really began. And so I said to myself, okay, I have these dreams. You know, we all have those dreams. What does my bank account look like? What does my perfect home look like? What does my marriage, my perfect marriage look like? So I've got those dreams over here, and then I've got reality over here, and they are not matched up. And how do I do that? Is it possible to take these images of greatness and kind of zoom them into my reality and merge them? Or do I have to live disconnected? Do I have to have this mundane, lackluster reality and these dreams? And what's the point of them if I can't bring them into my life? Like, why are they even there? Right? We ask ourselves, why do I have dreams? But life gets in the way. You know, and you have your job to take care of, and your children to take care of, and your husband to take care of. So dreams seem like the extra stuff. I mean, the truth is, if you're barely keeping your head above water as is, do I really want to add all these ambitions? Do I have time for my dreams? And then if you choose to make time for your dreams, the even bigger question comes out. And that question is, what are your dreams? So if someone had sat down with me and said, okay, Linda, I'm gonna help you live out your dreams. So what are they? Tell me all about them and be really specific. Paint me this clear picture. I would have thought about it, and then I probably would have cried because I didn't have a clear picture. I knew I wanted more. I knew I needed more, but I didn't know what the more looked like because I had disconnected from me. I had forgotten myself somewhere on my path. I had put myself, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a teacher because I taught for 13 years. I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, but I really disconnected and lost track of who Linda is, what Linda wants, and where she is. Is she even here, present in this journey? Because she wasn't, and that's really important. So when you asked me what my dreams were, I began to think, okay, well, I'm gonna get clear on my dreams, right? If I want a better life than the one I have now, then what I have to do is figure out what that would look like. So I'm gonna do what lots of people have success with and what lots of people do, and I'm not discounting it because it's amazing, but it's amazing kind of like as a step 2 when you're really not happy. It's not an amazing step 1. So I decided to create a vision board, right? Popular thing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get super, super clear. And I'm gonna show you my vision board. And it had very beautiful pictures on it. A picture of a beautiful, couple kissing, embracing, loving. It had a picture of smiling children because they had an awesome mom. It had a picture of this gorgeous big house, a picture of a sexy, beautiful woman, all the things that I thought would just fix my problems. And so I put these great pictures up on a vision board, and I was like, oh, finally, okay, let's get clear. This is good. I'm heading in the right direction. Except I was wrong. That's not what happened. Because here's the thing. All of those images, although quite beautiful, were a representation of my outside world, right? And the truth is, my mindset, my heart, my emotions, all the inside was so off course that I couldn't imagine the sexy woman in the picture. It doesn't matter if the whole board had been sexy women. It wasn't inspiring me to be her because I was like, I'm not that woman. In fact, I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And really, I just want to be sexy so that I get more love from my husband, so that I fix my marriage. It wasn't about health and wellness at that time. It wasn't. Would I be happier in a better house? It would be newer. These are the things that are going to bring me joy. But what really happened when I looked at those images, when I stood in front of my vision board, my emotions were quite the opposite. They were despair and sadness because I was now staring at all the images of the things in my life that I didn't have, that I didn't feel, and that I wasn't. So those were just reminders. You don't have any of those things, but thank you for highlighting it on a nice big board. So I was like, this isn't gonna work. I need clarity on what I want, but these images aren't providing that for me. So what can I do? And sometimes the less things work, the deeper you dig, the farther down into your soul you go for solutions to your problem. And I'm not mispronouncing it, I'm saying it intentionally because I want you to know that solutions should be soul-lutions, solutions that come from the deep parts of your soul where it knows what you need, want, and desire. That's your inner self. But I was just getting to kind of know her because I just didn't make her important for so long. So now I thought, okay, if I want clear images of my life, if I want to dream a bigger dream and have a better picture, what does that look like? And so I changed my vision board to one of emotions. Instead of an external vision board showing me the exterior materialistic things I wanted, I decided to look for what I needed and wanted on the inside. How do I want to feel? I want to feel like I love myself. I want to trust myself. I want to believe in myself. I don't want to have to get those things from other people. I don't want to feel like the only way I can love myself is if my husband tells me he loves me. And the only way I could trust myself is if someone else tells me my decisions were good. And if they like me. I want those things to come from me. So I created, and I'm going to show you that as well, a vision board that said self-love, self-trust, beliefs. Question them, Linda. What are your beliefs? What do you believe you can do? What do you believe you can create? What do you believe is possible for you? And every time I looked at that new vision board, that inner soul guide vision board, a spark went off inside of me, and I was like, yes, I need that, I want that. Because now I was immersed in me again. I was asking myself questions, not about what the world was supposed to provide me on the outside, but what I was supposed to provide for myself on the inside. So if you haven't made an inner vision board, a soul board, that should be step one, because that will then tell you what feels right, and that will lead you to your external vision board, right? Then you can create the specific images, but you got to know how you want to feel first. So now I thought, okay, I've got this handle on the emotions. I know I want to feel trust and love. I want to take care of myself again. I want to look good, not to be sexy for my husband. I want to look good because I want to be healthy, because I want to be strong, because I want to show up for myself and make my dreams come true, and I need to be healthy to do that. And guess what? If I'm healthy to take care of myself, then as a consequence of that, I'm going to look pretty beautiful. And at that point, he loves me or he doesn't. But either way, I love me, so it's going to be okay. Do you see how I started to kind of unravel the knot? Reboot. So here I am with my new vision board, and I'm feeling powered up, and I start to tell myself, okay, I need to create some sort of bridge. I'm starting to connect with those emotions, and they feel pretty important. Now what do I do with it? It's like the now what. We always have the next step. All right, I did this, now what? Because that's just how we're built. So now that I'm connecting with my Linda again, I started looking into how do I manifest? How do I actually turn that self-love into a better version of myself? Not only on the inside, but on the outside. How do I do all the things I want to do? Become, have the job of my dreams, the life of my dreams? Do I just sit here and feel good inside and woo? No, I have to now take those emotions and create a reality around that. But I was getting so tired of the word manifestation, manifesting. All you do is scroll through Facebook for 5 minutes and it's like manifest $30,000 a month, manifest the love of your life, manifest the home of your dreams. And I was starting to feel like I might have been broken because I was listening, watching, looking, and none of the manifesting was actually happening. That wasn't what my life looked like. And for many of you, you understand what I'm saying because you're like, yeah, everybody talks a big game about manifesting, but why don't I get a piece of that? Why can't I? What's wrong with me that I can't create in my life the images in my mind? Nothing's wrong with you. There's just little tweaks and formulas. Nothing was wrong with me. We just needed a bridge. So when you can't find what you need in this world, you create it for yourself. And so that is what I did. I created a bridge between the planted thoughts, dreams, visions, imaginations that I had and the reality that I needed and wanted. How do I make these dreams cross over the bridge into my real world so that it looks the way I want it to? And that bridge, I created a little acronym around because Trish and I love acronyms, and because it sounded like a little energetic hug. My acronym is D.E.A.R. Like, oh my dear, I love you so much. D.E.A.R. And that D.E.A.R formula is the bridge for me, and I hope that it helps you and becomes a bridge for you in your own life. And so now that I had my soul board, my inner working board, I needed to find a way to unite that with my external vision board, right? and connect my life. And so here is what the D.E.A.R formula is. It's like a manifestation formula, but it's one that I could really grab hold of and that felt real to me. So the D stands for dreams, which we just discussed. Those little visions, planted imaginary things that fall into your head and you're like, oh yeah, a trip to Greece. That sounds amazing, right? So I get this picture of Greece in my mind, or if, love, picture like, I really want to fall in love. That's a great example because we've all been there. And then you let that thought come down and plant itself into your heart, because your heart is there for that reason. Your heart is there to anchor your thoughts and tell you yes or no. This is like a pendulum. It's like a compass, right? A soul compass. That thought is going to cause nothing but fear, doubt, failure, all the bad stuff. But this thought over here, oh, that's juicy, that's good, I like it, let's take it. And you get to choose, right? You could tell your heart, I know that's dark, but I want it. We do that sometimes. But the more we want to step into our dreams, the more we have to be conscious of the emotions those dreams cause, because that's your gauge. So you have a D, which is your dream, and then you let it drop into your heart and you have an emotion. And then if that emotion is one you want to see in real life, if it brings you joy and happiness and elation and bliss and abundance, and those emotions come out, then you take action. That's the A. Immediately take action. What can I do? That thought caused this emotion and I really like that emotion, so I'm gonna act on it. I might make a phone call, write a letter. It doesn't matter, just act on it, because then what you're saying to that dream is, all right, I pick you. I choose you to stay and stick around because I wanna see what you look like in real life. I'm curious. What do you look like in the real world? It's like you're plucking it, right? So now you took your dream, you took the emotion it gave you that you really loved, you acted on it, and the equal, because this plus this plus this equals your reality. That's how you manifest. That's what it means. It means I connected this, I chose it, I let it come in here and said, yep, want you, don't want you. It's like, when you scroll all the apps that are open on your screen, on your phone, don't want that anymore, don't want that anymore. Swipe, 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 swipe. Ah, there's one that makes me feel really great. I choose you. Now, what do I have to do? How do I have to act on you? Because you're the one I want to see in my real life, somewhere, someday, somehow. And that was my journey. That was my reboot. That was the very beginning of my reboot. And that reboot, that feeling that I acted on came from so many places. It came from Infinite Receiving and Maru Bacella. It came from Patricia Ribeiro-Wolfson, because I started to act on those feelings of, yes, where is it going to take me? And I'm going to go and I'm going to see. And because that feeling took me to a program called Infinite Receiving, and because it took me to Dallas, and there I met Patricia. I'd wanted a TV show most of my life, but it wasn't until I met Patricia at that time, in the right place, right time, that I was like, now I know why before it didn't make sense, because now my heart is telling me this is right. And that's why I devoted a whole chapter in my book to right place, right time, because there's such a thing. And your entire heart over here will let you know when that time has come. You just got to be listening. You have to love and trust and care for yourself enough to know when it's happening. That is a really, really beginning point that I started my reboot. It's where I asked myself what I would do if nothing changed, realized that that would be a terrible outcome, and began to find my way back to the things that I needed, wanted, and missed very much, find my way back to me, and start a reboot process to change and alter the course of my life. And if you would like to dive a little deeper into the reboot process, if you want to let me help you unravel your dreams and go even further into what a reboot process looks like, then I am going to post the link for a free 5-day Facebook challenge that is a challenge all about rebooting your life. And I so badly want you to join me. There are so many pieces to this process, and I cannot wait to journey with you and share them with you, because we can reboot at any time, at any age, at any phase. We can start over, and we don't even need to start over. We pick up right where we left off and we start from there. Okay, so I cannot wait to see you inside my private Facebook group. I cannot wait to share the joy with you and watch your dreams start to unravel and come to life, unravel in the best possible way. Thank you for joining us on Soul Seekers TV. Please subscribe to our channel, smash that notification button so that you know when all of our videos play. Don't forget to go back and watch Tuesday's video. And I love you all so much. I will see you in my private Facebook group. I love you, I love you, I love you. And don't forget to reboot your life. Bye-bye.